This video is going to show you the second solo conquest mission of the season and how to complete it. This series is Conqueror Seal Prep. I've already started it. That's what this actually is. I've already completed one of the triumphs. So I'm actually going to make a video for each difficulty and go right the way throughout it on how to solo each one of them. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I've covered Devil's Lair. Number 2 mission is Dark Priestess. Let's have a look at the mods. It's fixed. The mods are fixed and the power level is fixed. You can't overlevel it. Fire team power boosting disabled. Time bonus. Limited revives. Avant-garde. Equipment is restricted to new weapons and gear only. Energy drain. Player has moderately increased ability energy cooldown. Scourge 2. Galvanize 1. Combatant tier 1. And blasts. Combatant splash damage is increased. This is the mod that's going to get you killed. This is the mod that you need to spec for. Stasis threat is on, and whilst that is as minor consideration because there's a lot of stasis in this, you don't need to spec for it. Unless you're really under level, maybe. But even then, there's more of a reason to run what I'm showing you. Banes of Screeps and Shrouds. That's it. Right. Edge of Fate gear recommendations. Mint retrograde in the kinetic slot absolutely goes on. Graviton Lance, get it infused up. It's worked very good in this mission and it's Edge of Fate featured. This Stasis machine gun is a hard recommend from me because you can get frost armor via it. It's very good. Check your rolls on this. I haven't got God roll, but you know, just check your rolls on it. Edge of Fate featured exotic crest have a loop. If we're on Arc Titan, it's definitely crest. You can't run Curious. Although, hang on. Could have run War Rig with an auto rifle. I'll think about that for Masters. I'll think about that. But for now, I'm going crest because I've already done the run. I can't run it back. I'm using TechSec armor, which won't matter now, but it will matter for Masters. TechSec armor is where it's at for GM's content, and it will be when champs are concerned. Here's the armor mods. What's important? Double arc resist concussive dampener. Concussive dampener will save your life against blasts. Scav mods on. Double bomber procs. Hands on. All the rest of it, right? Generic stuff. Artifact mods. What's important? Scav mods discounted. Refresh threads does work on Arc Titan as well. Frost renewal and fever and chill with the arc machine gun works fantastic. Elemental days will work when we fight champs in Masters. Shield crush fantastic. Frigid glare is very good when you're using stasis weapons. So there you go. You've had your artifact mods, all your stuff. Right, let's go into this. I'm using Fist of Havoc this time instead of T-Crash. Rally Barricade, Seismic Strike, Pulse Grenade, Aspects with Storm's Keep, Knockout. Fragments of Spark of Resistance, Shock, Focus, Frequency. Frequency for more ball charges, Shock for Jolt, Resistance for damage resist. And Spark of Focus is the big one. Don't mess up your tier 4 armor builds, everybody. Arc Titans should be running Spark of Focus. There's a couple of Arc Titans that have already talked to me and said that they're defecting to the dark side and won't use this fragment. I say all the best to you. It's no skin off my nose because I'm still going to use this whether you change your mind or not. But I'm here to save you time, lads and lasses. If you spec a 200 stat class ability regen, you're gonna lose out. Don't do it. Don't do it. I haven't even started build crafting yet. Some of you have. Be careful. You are going to go down a path that you're going to go too far down and realise that it's a dead end and that you went the wrong way. Pay attention and don't do that. Spark of Focus will allow you to not run so much class ability that it takes up all your stat points. My recommendation on class ability stat for Crest of Avalupai is get above 100 stat points for the Overshield. That's it. Spark of Focus is going to save you so much more. This means you can run more weapon stat points and other things in the build kit. Alright, now I haven't even started build crafting yet, but I'm already aware of, I'm already aware of what I'm going to do. Don't go down the wrong roads, because some of you are starting to do it already. And it's really going to be messy for you, because when you come to find out after a month you've been building for the wrong things, oh man, some of you are going to be in tears over this. And I'm trying to pre-warn you. Spark of Focus Put it on. I run the dressing room on this YouTube channel, and I'm recommending that you run it. Put it on. Stop deviating from the plans. That was the builds. Okay, so on with the run. So straight away when you summon your Sparrow or Skimmer and just make your way to the back of the map. This is where you're going to go. And you need to kill ads here. You cannot skip, unfortunately. They've reworked this mission a little bit. Pop a barricade down around about here and then start working on the VIP, the yellow bar. Get some Graviton, lance damage on them. Then maybe finish him off with Mint Retrograde. You'll get nice elemental honing damage on this build as well. Yeah, because you've got Stasis. You've got Strand, because Mint will buff itself because it's doing strand damage, and Graviton's Void. Yeah, and then you've got your Arc build, so you'll get ×4 elemental honing damage buff on your Retrograde, which is crazy damage. It's really good. Right, clean up the ads when you go up the elevator, and like I say, you can't skip. You've got to clear them all. There may be invis like this. Try and get an amplified melee if you can. Remember, you don't get amplified via barricades anymore from Storm's Keep. They nerfed that aspect of it. But that doesn't, I mean, it kind of matters, I suppose, actually. But Storm's Keep's still OP. That's why you're seeing a lot of Arc Titans at the minute. Because it's still OP. Right, use Speed Booster. I'm going to show you what you can skip and what you can't in this mission. You do not need to get the score for the Triumph. Forget about the score. Especially if you're over leveled, you know, unless if you really want the gear from it and you're under leveled and you need those power bonuses, yeah, take your time with the mission if you want, no problem. But if you're higher than the mission, which I was, just skip. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So you can skip those servitors, you can shoulder charge past, you can do all that. This bit cannot be skipped. All ads need to be cleared. The Vex and the Fallen Brig, etc. So I'm going to clear out the Vex at the bottom of the map first. I've got a Screeb Bane here. How that works is when you're doing damage to him, there's going to be mini Screebs that come from that target. Just be careful. I'm getting hit quite hard here, notice. 2 mini Screebs there. Got to be careful because Blasts is on. So Blasts is buffed by the Screebs. Right, now I'm going to get up on top. If I could jump though, a mantle please. There we go. And this is where you want to fight from. Brig spawns in. Now, leave the Vex up if you want. This will confuse the ads and you can just sort of take advantage of that AI manipulation. And then we can do damage with our Rocket Pulse. Break the faceplate off the Brig. Finish off with some LMG. Try to manage your ammo between the LMG and the Pulse. Don't go in all in too much with the Rocket Pulse. You need to manage ammo accordingly. So when you're up against a Brig, maybe do 6 shots of Retrograde and then whip out the LMG. And then do a bit of Graviton Lance. And then if you're playing to your Elemental Honing Retrograde, you can save ammo because if you do more damage, you do more damage per shot. A lot of people have also been fighting with me about the Retrograde God Rolls. The God Roll is rewind rounds. Let's get it right. Although saying that Envious Arsenal is good, I'm not saying it isn't, but rewind rounds allows for very aggressive gameplay and you need to recognise that. But Envious Arsenal is fantastic as well. So I guess the first column is up for debate, but the second column isn't for me. It's either bait and switch or elemental honing. Pick. Because those are the two best ones. The rest of them, no. Don't go for ad clear on this weapon. Go all in on total on single target damage. Single target damage is what you want on this weapon, not ad clear, please. You've got too much in the game to give you ad clear. Right, VIP is here once we go through the door. Get rid of the ads, get rid of the Shrouded Bane, whatever it might be. And then we need to get rid of this guy. So I manage my ammo. I've got plenty of machine gun. And I'm getting ammo on the floor. I think, I don't know the answer to this question, but I think Exotic Primaries progress ammo meters faster, right? I believe so. It feels that way. I don't know that for now. I'm 70% sure that's how it works. With the ammo meters for Exotic Primaries. Right? They give you more ammo. Right? Is that still right? I think so. Right, I use a Super 8 Fist. Look at what it's done there, though. Now remember, we're on Crest of Avalupai, and I have no need for T-Crash. No need for T-Crash in this, because Ad Clear is the priority, more so, because my weapons do a lot of single target damage. I've just been talking to you about that, haven't I? So we want to back up the single target damage element of my build with some Ad Clear, and the super does that. Look at what it just did. It cleared the VIP and half of the room. Brig spawns in at the back of the map. Elemental honing times 4. Look at the melt. Look at the melt. That's why this is fantastic. I think I might like it more than bait and switch. Although bait and switch is fantastic. But if you're running multiple elements in your build, just elemental honing is just so good for that. Ease of use of it. Right, that's that broken down. So it's a lot of brigs in this. That's why the rocket sidearm's so good, because it just does very good area of effect damage. So ammo wise, fantastic for machine gun. I'm doing really well. That's why I put a machine gun on. It just worked really well in this run, because a lot of ads, there's a lot, and you can't just melt down the boss. Not in this mission. You are capped. You're hard capped, which it's meant to be, and I agree with Bungie. These should be hard capped. If there's anywhere in the game where it should be hard capped, it's Conquest missions. All of them. Expert, Master and Grandmaster. They should all be capped. And they are. That's good. That's a good thing. Right, I get the snipers at the back of the map first. I'm trying to see if I can skip. I cannot. I was testing on the run. No, you can't. Alright then. We have to kill Brig. So same thing. I'm going to do a bit of swapping. Barricade goes down. Notice how many barricades I'm getting in this. And I only have 115 stat. That's because of Spark of Focus. That is because of Spark of Focus. So pay attention when I sprint. Yeah, like look now. So what it's so good about the Spark of Focus is, if you pop a barricade down and the target is dead, and you need to move 20 yards, if you go and run 20 yards, you can pop another barricade. Do Arc Titans really not understand the concept of movement? Of relocation? Do we not understand? Why don't we understand it? I'm really confused. I'm not confused about it. I'm confused why people don't understand me about it. But it's no, like I said, you can run the wrong builds. It's up to you. But with your T4 armor, be careful. Don't mess that stuff up. Ask somebody if you're confused. Definitely ask somebody. Right, barricade goes down. Want to melt down the server as soon as. That's your goal. Then do Ad Clear. Graviton gets whipped out, and it does a good job of just cleaning up all these red bars. That's why I put it on. It's better than third iteration for Ad Clear. That's certain. Third iteration has a use now. It's gonna be more niche, where it's gonna be more passive gameplay and stuff. It's definitely not a speedrun weapon anymore since its nerf, although it does fantastic damage on the transmutation shot or whatever it's called. But after that, it's just a void scout. We've got to recognise that it really is just a void scout. So you need to start thinking about other exotics that you're going to be using. That's why I whipped out Graviton Lance, because I wanted a energy exotic primary Edge of Fate featured. Right, super goes in. So I want to do some boss damage and Ad Clear. And I'm doing a bit of both at the minute. Although I have wasted a slam there. Although that's alright. I get my slam just in time. There we go. So look what I've done there. I cleared the entire battlefield and done boss damage. I'm multitasking with the super. Now we're just going to sit behind a barricade. If the boss does his freeze, do not let him freeze you that much. Because in actual fact, he hits you quite hard because of blasts. So be careful of the freeze, and don't let him freeze you mid-jump, lest you'll fall off map. And you will die, and it will reset the CP, the checkpoint. You won't go to orbit, but you will have to you have to start over again on the boss fight. Right, mid-phase servitors. So we'll just whip out Graviton for that. I'm saving ammo, like we'll you know, for critical moments, but we'll see how we go. Machine gun's good just to whip out. Ad spawn right hand side, so I'm going to get a pulse grenade down and try and do as much Ad Clear before the boss freezes. Then duck. Then we super. He froze me as well. That's fine. We'll just use a bit of super there, and we want to get rid of that captain, although I just ended up just deciding to cut my losses on the super. And we're just going to do a bit of more damage and send him to the next phase in actual fact. Boss is sink. There's an arc captain. He's new, this guy, but I'm blinding him, look. There we go. So I had a secondary plan B for him, which was just to blind him. Now I'm finding myself, I'm halfway through the boss fight, I'm looking at my ammo. Okay, I've got 100, I've got nearly 200 bullets, so I'm fine to start spamming it quite a lot. Boss spawns left. Ads are going to spawn as well. Try and clear them as they spawn in. This will speed up. Look at super regen there from Graviton. Look at super regen. The amount of super we're getting back there. Now I'm going to whip out LMG to do some quick eye clear. I get frozen. Unfortunate, but that's fine because the ads are still there to quickly kill. If you can kill them before they spread out, it makes the run so much easier and quicker. Right. He freezes me. I thought I'd be ducked behind the barricade, but that's okay. I've got a barricade to soak up all that damage. Another Ultra Captain. I've got 6 shots on pulse left. So I've also got a super, but there's a brick there now. I've got 10, which is a lot of ammo in this case. Because remember, it's 3 shots per 1 shot. So that's technically 30. If I had 10 shots, it's 30 shots, isn't it? Think about it like that. You know, I'm trying to... It's a psychological thing. What I'm saying to you doesn't matter, but it does. You know, if you've got 3 shots left, you're like, oh, I'm worrying about DPS. I'm worrying about... Well, that's 9 shots, though, isn't it? That's more than half of a bar of this boss in this case. Or if you're up against a Lost Sector boss and the boss has a 30 HP left, 3 shots is probably enough to finish him. So when you think about it like that, you feel much more comfortable with the weapon when you're using it. It's a psychological thing. That's how I think about it anyways. That's how I make myself feel better about the situation. You don't need to beat it any timely. You just need to get a clear. Don't, like I said, if you want the score for points, fair enough. But once you clear it, you can't redo it. Not at least this week. Okay, so we're on file 7. I've got a super and I've also got special ammo in the mid. I've got 10 shots again. So I get a pulse grenade down in middle. Then I used Fist of Havoc. Look at this. Good damage. That's no simpos. That's no damage buff really. You know, because I'm on crest. But that was a solo for the second Conquest mission. A little bit harder than Devil's Lair, but not by that much. That was the run on this. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.